Hello, thank you, and thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's start off fairly low key, and I'll start with Bram there. What does HDR mean to you?
Well, I think the most important thing about HDR for me is that it's a wider palette. It's a better starting place for creatives to work from that is capable of representing real life much more accurately and in a much more compelling way than standard SDR video.
For me, it's about removing the limitations in the world of SDR. So creatively, we have more freedom, but at the same time, we're able to still produce something that looks cinematic and beautiful while being true to real life.
我其实呢，最早知道 HDR 呢，是从那个手机上，我以为是一个民用产品。当这个东西真正到我身边的时候，那对我来说呢，就是惊奇和惊喜。我和雷老师共同分享过一个故事，就是他在看《至暗时刻》的时候，一个英国电影，他发现那里面的暗部，《至暗时刻》里边的暗部是非常非常的结实和充满了丰富的细节。所以这个是以前是看不到的，是要我们大脑人脑去想象和补充的。我就是说，当年我们拍胶片的时候，我们最想做到的就是胶片的暗部是真正的黑。如果能要到真正的阴影的时候，我们需要它不是灰黑，是真正的黑，这样它整个对画面的质感和结实的程度会产生一种特别特别实在的感觉。这个是实际上是我们人类大脑在几百万年慢慢形成的基因，是我们大脑里的记忆，是我们最希望看到的、最舒适的东西。所以呢，对我来说，这个黑结果在今天的 HDR 实现了。所以这就是对我的意义啊。
My first experience in HDR was 8 years ago, and I saw it as an opportunity, not as a new format so much, but an opportunity to improve the way that we work, not just for HDR, but also for SDR. I think it was quite common before HDR formats became available. It was quite common to focus always on the display. But back in the film days, there was much more attention on the negative, which we would now call the digital intermediate. But the negative was what was more important than the print. And HDR has really enabled to get back to that way of working. One of the demonstrations that we've been doing here at the show is to take any log camera format and put it onto an HDR screen and see that actually the image looks much closer to the way it should look than it does going through a 709 tone map. So I'm a little bit old school, but if I can learn, anybody can learn.